Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I got a Laker game to prep for. Did a little homework on it, but I wanted to kind of do a therapy session first. Uh, woke up this morning feeling down. Very thankful that I'm in this comfortable room, though. I tell you, one thing I don't want to take for granted is how comfortable this bed has been. I've been in this hotel for over now 2 months, exactly 2 months, and this has been the most comfortable bed I've had here. No lumps, nothing. It is good. So I just want to thank God for that. But it's coming to an end on Sunday. So Saturday is the day that the contract ends. So we'll have to go through the process of going through that whole rigmarole again. But hopefully my GR finally kicks in. I've done everything they would want me to do to qualify, I believe, and it's pending. So I checked it this morning and it's still at that status. Yeah, man, just dealing with life. You feel dejected about all the different things, and like I said yesterday when I was sitting on that chair, I'm just really tired, man. Spiritually and I guess mentally. Physically, I'm not. I slept very well, but it's just a pile on of things that just kind of wear you down, man. And I'm at that space where I'm kind of worn down, but I'm not as bad as I was doing the beginning of last month when I was telling y'all I wanted to quit and stuff like that. It's not nearly that bad, so I definitely see a progress, but you just get tired, and so that's kind of where I'm at. Just got through showering and praying to God that I get that second win that I'm looking for, and did my little exercise here with my suitcase, 3 sets of 75, which is my career high for that type of workout. I've been doing it every day for the last 11-12 days, so working my way up as I move along, and still doing my push-ups, still eating properly, trying to save money by not buying anything outside other than soap. That's all I bought. So just worn out, man. That's all it is. Everything that's going on is the same. Looking at what's going on in Gaza, it's frustrating there. That's part of what's wearing me down too. You just keep praying for those people. It's like, where are we at? 11,000 people killed, 4,400 children. And I've been talking about this for weeks now. I'm starting to see celebrities talk. Now I'm starting to see, nations start to back away and start to pull their people out of Israel, that kind of thing. And it's like, that could have been done when this started. All of that could have been done when it started. This is what we talked about. They were going to delay it, just like they do with everything else we talk about in regards to money. People are like, oh, we'll pay you back next week. And they come back around, pay you half. That's the equivalent of what I'm seeing here. These celebrities and these nations, they knew this crap was happening when it started. Just like I knew what was going on when it started. And they wait till now to start acting like they give a shit. They wait till now to where they want to speak up and like the post. Like this information wasn't coming your way 3 weeks ago. We could have saved lives if y'all would have mobilized when it was time to mobilize. Instead, y'all wait till 11,000 people were dead, and now y'all want to grow a heart. I saw that coming, and I'm not fooled by that. So that's one thing I want to say, man. They waited till them people were almost annihilated completely before they wanted to say something. They should have said something when the first hospital was bombed. They should have said something when the bakery was bombed. They should have started talking about how they were going to pull their people out and how they were going to stop doing business with Israel as soon as this shit happened. And they refused to. And there's still a bunch of celebrities being quiet. Still a bunch of the biggest celebrities in the world have nothing to say. And it just is what it is, man. I'm at a point where it's like I would have broke my contract. Why haven't most of y'all just said forget my career? These people are in control of my career and they're doing this. Obviously my career is going to be in jeopardy when they fall. Why don't any of y'all see that part of it? The things that bind you in contract with these people, the world and the foundation around them is going to fall apart. How come you don't see that your contracts wouldn't have been honored anyway? Don't you see that? Why isn't that angle in any of you celebrities' heads? They're going to lose their power based on what it is that they're showing us. They had never shown us this before, so why should things continue after they finish doing this when everybody around is looking at them like they should be looked at and doing something like this? It just goes to show that there's more to it than that. I don't know if they've hypnotized these people, lobotomized these people, or something they've done to their heads to keep them quiet, but it's a lot of that I believe is more reasonable than what it is I'm looking at here. Because at the end of the day, The foundation around those who control what it is they control is obviously deteriorating by the mistakes that they're making and how their public opinion is changing, and people don't want to do business with them. Everybody's protesting against what they're doing. People are watching this stuff in their phones. Why would you think they would still have the same control over the same type of world when the world is changing around them based on what it is they're doing? The world they allegedly control ain't gonna be the same world anymore. And I was saying that on my channel 3 weeks ago. And y'all still quiet like y'all don't know it. Y'all so afraid of being sued legally. Everything they're doing is illegal. They're committing war crimes, and y'all afraid of what? Being sued by those people? They're going to be going to jail. They're going to be going to the gallows and all different types of stuff. And y'all still worried about binding contracts with them. Doesn't add up. Doesn't make sense. So that's what I want to say, man. I'm not only disappointed in a lot of these celebrities. I think there's something they've hypnotized these people or lobotomized them or something. I think something really terrible is wrong. And another thing that makes sense is America probably promised that they would be able to hypnotize all of us by way of the culture, and it didn't work. Because that's the only thing that makes sense in regards to seeing something like this, gaslighting the hell out of the entire nation by putting posts up about things that have nothing to do with that, as everybody continues to tell you that they want you to cease fire. I look at POTUS, I look at Vice President. It's unanimous. The whole damn comment section is telling them to focus on this and to stop funding this. And they continue to stay in their little warped way of thinking to where, okay, we're just going to ignore the people and post what we think what we planned on posting on this day anyway. That's what it is. They planned on posting certain things on these days, and they're not deviating from the plan. That's why you're seeing so much of what looks like they're ignoring you. This stuff was backed up 6 months ago. They knew exactly what they were going to post at 5 p.m. on October 30th. They knew. And that's why you continue. I mean, that's what I think it is. It's not like they're just coming up with these posts and saying, ooh, let's ignore the people. Hell no, it's the stuff they had backed up the whole time. So for me, what I want to see is just all of us continue to boycott who needs to be boycotted, continue to stand up and use your voice like I'm using it now, whether they are able to completely finish the job and what they're doing to these people or not. We need to make sure that the world around them and how they are viewed from doing this is never good again. It needs to be bad for them from here on out for doing this to these people. You know, and everybody that supports them, all of y'all cowards, afraid to have your contracts being voided or afraid of them crashing your planes for speaking out. That's exactly what you are. You are cowards. Celebrities and stuff, I know that's what it is. You afraid they're gonna crash y'all planes. Y'all afraid they're gonna kill y'all asses. You're saving yourself. That's what you're doing. If you really want to know what I think, a bunch of cowards that want to stay in control of us, keep y'all that drug that is fame in y'all lives. So you'll let babies die on your watch in your times. And you best believe we're going to look at every last one of you celebrities historically here on out and say these were the people who were alive and they didn't say anything. These were the people who were in control of what we listened to and saw every day, and they didn't say anything. And it's a whole lot of y'all rich bastards didn't say shit. And you should have, but you were too afraid of what was going to go down in whatever way you were afraid. Either that, or you were lobotomized at some point. It's one or the other. I refuse to believe that you just didn't care, because I know of too many people who are out here around who are rejecting that nonsense. So I can't imagine any other human beings just because they're successful or would otherwise not reject it unanimously. You definitely did. You just stayed quiet and act like you couldn't see it, and you hid like cowards in the night. So that's what I got to say to the just basically everybody who's a celebrity at this point, all of you, athletes, actors, musicians, just unanimous, agreed cowards. And I don't think there's a single person that doesn't feel this way who watched what it is that I've seen over the last 3 weeks. The fact that you were quiet, it's gonna be tainted, man. Nobody is Jim Brown. Nobody's Muhammad Ali. Nobody's, Bill Russell. None of y'all are like that. None of y'all are like that. Y'all all cowards, bro. Y'all would have never survived those times. None of y'all would have made it and you're going to be seen as such too. That's why people like that are so important in history, because it's a bunch of you. Real talk. Thank God for Kalani. Thank God for Amanda Seals. Thank God for Bella Habib. The rest of y'all, I ain't seen enough of y'all to even know of any other names, yo. I'm sure it's some, but it ain't enough. And some of y'all, like I said, y'all getting started this week. Too late, fam. You were silent. Don't try that shit this week. We already know. You were cool with them killing up to 11,000, and then your people said, okay, we can. Nah. You're still controlled by them. They just telling you when to stop being silent, and I'm not with it. You were supposed to defect on that energy. You were supposed to defect on that energy, use your voice to save lives, and you didn't do that. So now you're damned in my eyes. God be with you. So that's part of what it is that I woke up thinking about this morning, just frustrated. We are November 1st. These people started this crap the first week of October. And still half of y'all are silent, like you don't see the same shit I'm looking at in my phone every single hour. Every 3 minutes I'm seeing a dead child. And you want to act like y'all don't see it? Like this ain't meeting your news feed? Like you ain't seeing it? Like the only thing you see is the Western media? Please, all of us are connected to the internet. All of us got Instagram. All of us. You're being posted on Instagram all day. Don't act like it's the only thing you see in your feed is what it is they otherwise don't want you to. You ain't fooling us, and you ain't fooling them. They know you see it. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say, man. Express a little frustration about that. That is really what's on my mind. This stuff is ruining the world around us, man. And I'm proud of all the private citizens who are stepping up, making their voice be heard. Like myself, it's a lot of us. It's a lot more of us than it is of them. And that's just what it is, man. And so I prayed this morning for that. But at the same time, it's like when you pray for that, you understand that you're praying after the fact too, because they've already annihilated 11,000 people, 44,000 children. They've already gotten rid of so many people. A whole generation of people, basically, wiping out bloodlines and stuff like that. It's just, and to convince themselves that they're doing it righteously, like they deserve something that they haven't gotten, and this is going to get it for them. I don't even understand how one convinced themselves of that. How do you raise yourself to, and it's like they must have been planning this shit for decades. They must have been planning this for decades. That's what I want people to understand. They were planning on annihilating the Palestinian people back in the 40s probably, and built themselves into a place where they can get all of this in order. That's what I think was going on. I really think they've been doing this the whole time, because when you look at how they've gotten everybody to be quiet who are celebrities, how they've gotten it so that no matter how much we step up and speak against it, they're still able to do this. This was planned. This was planned. This was an evil, diabolical plan that these people have had in place for years. And the fact that they saying that it was hostages and all that shit, that was part of it. The problem was they didn't see the internet coming. So they went forward with their plan, and it was supposed to work. They were supposed to be able to use media. They were supposed to be able to use all this other shit, except for the fact that the internet came into play. But they didn't deviate from their plan because it was too damn evil to do anything different. You understand what I'm saying? Too damn evil, too damn hell-bent, religiously hell-bent on doing this. They were going to take back their land by hook or crook. Problem was, what is the land? Now that we've seen that you've done this, what is the land? What you think you're going to build something that somebody's going to come to? You're going to be getting bombed for the next 300 years. You're the heart of the devil. Nobody wants you to have it anymore. That's the part they didn't see coming. They were supposed to be able to work all of our minds, control all of our celebrities by way of this nonsense, do all types of rituals to the celebrities, make them too afraid, too guilty to even say anything. And then you put yourself in a position to actually execute this when you have all the power you need. That's what this is. They waited till it was the right time when they had all the power they needed to do this shit. Some of us are smart enough to see that play. I'm one of them. I know this wasn't overnight, and I know damn well this wasn't no, oh, they bombed us, now let's go forward. You needed a lot of things to go right in order for this to work out the way that it has, for you to be able to kill this many people and not have nobody killing you. This ain't no overnight, oh, this happened on the 7th and now we move. Hell nah. Hell nah. Sell that to somebody else. You can't sell that to this brain. It makes more sense to think that you bombed yourself on the 7th to initiate all this shit. Yeah, that's what I think happened. People going forward with plans, no different than these POTUS and vice president and Instagrams. Going forward with what they have already had planned, as if we're not here watching all of this nonsense in real time. Traumatize the whole globe, weaponize the world against their own people, just so they can take back some land that they don't, honestly, they're not going to be able to hold on to based on what it is that they've done and how it went this way. They ain't going to be able to hold on to it. The power that you think you have in place, it was not really the power you thought you had, because you were moving as if God was going to bless you when you were never blessed with what it is that you have. You just planned it out and executed your evil ways. You were not as smart as you thought you were, Israel. Because if you were, we would not be speaking this way. We would not be coming by the boatloads all over the world to show our condemnation of what it is that you've done. You would be able to effectively get this done and move forward as if you guys were good guys. If you were as intelligent as you thought you were, this shit wouldn't even go this way. Wouldn't be no me talking like this. But God was real. Just because you thought you were God, or the Satan that you were praying to was God, didn't mean that you didn't actually have to deal with a God in real life. There is one. That's why the internet's here. That's why we saw what you did. We're seeing what you're doing. And just like you can put forth plans of 75 years, don't think that others can't as well against you. After all, you taught them how to do it. So that's what I got to say to the state of Israel as they continue to move forward in this evil way that they've convinced in their own mind. They're so dark in their own mind that they think that they're justified in this bullshit, missing a whole lot of points about what good and evil actually is. Just moving forward. Whatever opposes us is evil. No. Many have thought that. Many have thought that. And all they ended up being was tyrants in our history books. That's it. And that's exactly what you've become. And the fact that you have us in your back pocket, us as in US, is not in your back pocket, ain't gonna save you. Ain't gonna save you. Not from the scrutiny, not from what comes with this. Not at all. You can have the whole white world in your back pocket, and they still ain't gonna save you from the wrath of God that's coming for your ass for this. Just being honest. That's not what I think. That's what I felt as I've prayed about this. He's coming. In some really, really, really huge fashion. You're going to fall hard. And it ain't just about Netanyahu. He going to go in his grave. We talking about everybody who has something to do with this. All these celebrities. All these individuals that want to be quiet. These business people. These lawyers. Whoever has something to do with this. Who's supposed to be enforcing this. You got wrath coming. And it may not just come in the afterlife. You may live to see it. So that's what I gotta say, man. I don't know what God wants to do. I have no idea, but he wouldn't put this in my heart for no reason. If you guys follow me enough, you know I'm connected. I'm aligned in a very special way, and I'm telling you, this ain't gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. You may have been able to take a lot of people off this earth, but you're gonna feel the wrath. That's coming. So at any point in time, people want to just do something like this. If anybody in history still, if you plan a different type of 75-year plan when you're going to annihilate some people, you watch to see what happens to them. You watch to see what happens to Israel from here. You don't get to do this on God's earth. No, not do it forever. Trust me, a lot of people think they can do that because of how America panned out. There's still a lot going on with America too, in regards to putting people in slavery, stealing the land from the natives. This might be America's downfall. This might be the comeuppance for that. Just because it took 500 years don't mean they're going to be able to do this for another 5. Don't be confused. There's still more time on the clock as it pertains to this evil imperial land of Zionism and racism. So that's what I got to say, man. I'm frustrated about it, but no more so than the God I serve who's frustrated about it. And he's going to do what he needs to do to make sure that he gets back all of what it is that the enemy has taken from him. And Israel, you just happen to be a part of the enemy at this point. That part is clear to everybody but you. BDF 44, I thank you all for watching. I'm out.